Greetings, upstanders. Dr. O here. And so the rumors are out that Cynthia Erivo, the actor of Wicked fame, will be playing legendary singer Chaka Khan in a biopic. Nothing has been confirmed yet in terms of a statement from either one or the company that's going to be doing the movie. But of course, there is backlash or at least major debate going on about this, and I wanted to know what you thought about it. I I don't have I don't want to say I have mixed feelings about it because I'm pretty clear on where I stand, but where I stand might be considered to be a little bit nuanced. Like so for myself, I was raised as a Pan Africanist. I was raised on the idea that black people across the diaspora should be coming together and uniting, and so I've always looked at us as far as an international identity. Karen Hunter popularized the phrase, global majority and the like, and it's something that I've definitely have taken to, but I've used that term since my albums that have come out in like 2000, like the year 2000 or 2001. I was using that term in poems like Free Your African Mind. Check it out on my YouTube channel. But I feel like there are boundaries. I don't feel like we should unite globally and just everything be forgotten. I feel like the lineages and the cultures and the backgrounds that showcase our diversity in African Americans and West Indians and continental Africans and black folks in Europe and Asian countries. Like I feel like it should all be celebrated and not just melded together or even ignored. And that's what leads me to my challenges as it relates to particularly non African American actors who play iconic African American figures. The reason why there's a challenge with this is because, as many of you all know, or some of y'all may not know, there's this thing in Hollywood where they believe that non African American black actors are better than the African American actors. And if you're something you're not aware of, if you just look at some of the movies that have come out over the years, these iconic figures in African American lore have been played by non African American actors. And it would be one thing if people were just going out there and auditioning and getting these roles because they were the best and so on and so forth. That'd be great. But this pattern has developed over time where it's African Americans seem to be excluded from playing iconic African American roles. And to me, that's problematic and it's disrespectful. And, so someone like Cynthia Erivo, I don't have any issues with Cynthia Erivo personally. I don't know her, but there were issues with her saying a whole bunch of negative stuff about African Americans and imitating ghetto African black accents from African Americans and things over the years, which I don't think she's fully ever really recognized. But yet she plays Harriet Tubman and she plays Aretha Franklin and some other people. I know there's another black British actor who played Whitney Houston. When the Selma movie was made, and the Nigerian actor was taken for that, and Lee Daniels, black American director, said, these black international actors basically come with less baggage than African Americans do. And I, like I said, I feel like it's disrespectful. Like if Cynthia just auditioned with everybody else and was chosen, and then that wouldn't be as much of a problem. But I think that iconic African American figures who built their who part of their legacy is growing up in this black American experience, which either their music spoke to or the times that they grew up in spoke to. I feel like it's disrespectful that African Americans keep being denied opportunities to play these roles. And we saw the same thing with Zoe Saldana, right? With the Nina Simone movie as well. And again, it's not about Zoe Saldana. It's not about hate towards her. It's about people not understanding these roles. And of course, an actor gets in a character, they get in the person, they play it. I have no doubt that Cynthia Erivo will do a great job in the role. I've never seen Harriet. I've never seen Aretha Franklin thing. It's no doubt to me that she's a great actor and stuff. But I feel like So a little more sensitivity needs to be had with this. There was one rumor out there that said Chaka Khan would love her daughter to play her in a movie. There's also rumors out there saying that Chaka Khan, put out on social media that she wasn't feeling this or she's against it. That's not true. That's like misinformation. Don't put that out there. Um, but yeah, like what do y'all think? I think that it's not cool. And again, what bothers me is the pattern, is the exclusion. It doesn't see, even there was I forget the guy's name, a white actor from Texas who was asked about playing James Bond, and he was like, I don't think a guy from a white actor from Texas should be playing James Bond. He should always be a British character. Like he was kind of giving respect to the role, right? And again, it's just weird to me. It's problematic, and we can go back and forth about this. But again, don't get me wrong. This isn't about me saying I don't think any black actor who's not African American can play an African American character. Not saying that in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about the iconic ones who are rooted in history and powerful history, relating to the culture, related to the United States. I think that there should be African Americans who play those. And again, even if I was going to be wrong about that, there could at least be some balance. There could at least be some balance in who gets to play these roles. But there's no balance there. If you look at a lot of these iconic figures in these movies, it just doesn't seem to happen, and that is a result of the negative view of African Americans by people within Hollywood, and not only in Hollywood, across the United States. As I talk about in my book over there, Lies About Black People. There's stories of industries, all types of industries in the United States, hiring non-African American black people in order to keep their numbers up for their various quotas in terms of the number of black employees. So they'll take people from the West Indies or people from the African continent, and intentionally not hire African Americans. Or even with enrollment in schools, looking at bringing in black people from other parts of the diaspora. And again, I am about the diaspora, and I'm about people to come together, but not at the exclusion of people within the diaspora, especially not from people who originate in said country. And so that's the part that needs to be given more attention. That's the part that needs to be given more scrutiny. I don't think this should be about, if she is indeed doing this role, I don't think it should be about tearing Cynthia Erivo down. Although some people will say, well, why are y'all even taking these roles in the first place? I'm not really here for that discussion. But I think that there's a deeper question that needs to be had. And look, the fact that this is already out here as a debate, as an issue, it means that there are some people who are not going to be seeing this movie because of this issue, particularly many people from the African American community who are already mad at this happening. So, why would you isolate the base of the number one group that would get out and support a movie like this? Or a documentary like this, or whatever it's going to be. I'm not saying all African Americans are not going to see it, but I'm saying there's already, just with the rumors out there, you can see that there's going to be a little bit of a groundswell as it relates to people who won't be seeing this movie. So why would you do that? I think that could also be a problem. And there are great, qualified, credible African American singers and actors who can get out there and crush this role as well. But it just seems the pattern, time after time after time, they're being denied these opportunities, not even given a chance to play these actors. I've never seen anybody talking about, well, I went out for the Whitney role and I didn't get it. I went out for the Aretha role, I didn't get it. Like, it just is what it is. And I don't like what it is, and I think it's wrong. And I would love to know your thoughts on it. And would you see this film if Cynthia Erivo is the person who does indeed play Chaka Khan? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.